Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in business. Scars of Mirrodin, heading into new 5X here, and we're gonna pick up with blue. And our first card is Turn Aside, which is gonna be a good card because it got reprinted lately, apparently 10 years after the original set. So yeah, something to be said about that. So it's an instant for one blue, counter target spell that targets a permanent you control. Yeah, I mean these are good. Yeah, so yeah, there you go. Counters their removal. It's a big blowout. So yeah, I mean, you're gonna probably start one in the sideboard, but your opponent has removal. You bring this in, and yeah, try to get them with that. Twisted Image. This used to be modern playable against Spellskite. So this is a blue instant switch target creature's power and toughness on the end of turn, and you draw a card. Like that was the big game back then. You could kill a Spellskite with a card advantage. I don't know how many 0x blockers are there, because that's what you do, right? When they have zero power, you change the power and toughness, and the creature dies. So yeah, situational. It's an uncommon for a reason. Probably there's some power level there, but yeah, we'll need to see the other cards. What Sky Guard? So it's a 1 mana instant. Target creature gains flying on the end of turn. Untap it. Yeah, I think this is too narrow for me. I don't like these type of cards. But again, there are places for these. If you are, like the aggressive deck, like have a lot of big powerful creatures, you can fly them over. Could be a niche combat trick in some cases. So who knows? Might have place. I'm not gonna draft this, so you can pick my copies. You can wheel it through me. I'm gonna pass it along, but you know. If you are that deck, you might want to pay attention to this. Vedark and Kertark. Kertark? Oh, I don't know what a Kertark is. But it's a Vedark and Wizard of sorts. And it's a blue 1-1 with Metalcraft that target artifact, creature, or land. Activate only if you control 3 or more artifact. So this is basically Icy Manipulator on a 1-1 creature. I think this card is probably solid. Like blue anyway is an artifacty color, so this can chip in for a few damage if it happens. And if not, then this is something which is a 1 mana spell that holds under 6 drop if you have the Malacraft. So think about that. Yeah, so or they can you can screw them over with mana by tapping their land in the upkeep. So yeah, there's a lot to like here. I think this is an unassuming card, but there's more that meets the eye here. Disperse, oh, this is a good card too. This my boy. So it's 1 and blue instant return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Yeah, yeah. This one is, yeah. I think even today this is excellent. Like you can get so much mana advantage from this, especially if they go to combat with like a 6 drop. They already tap low. Now you bounce it. They can even replay it. Now they have to skip a turn. It's like 3 turns what you bought that way. So yeah, and or they have like a combat trick or something messy. They spend like 5 minutes attaching an equipment to bounce the creature underneath. I think this person has a lot of application in this set. Plated Sea Strider, so it's a blue beast 1/4. This is the longest legs ever. Huh. This guy is playing basketball for sure. And if it's not playing basketball, it blocks attackers. That's what it does. Riddlesmith, so one of you for a human artificer, it's a 2-1. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. So every artifact you cast, you loot. And again, this is a set with, like 100 artifacts, so probably 40-50% of your deck is gonna be some sort of artifact. So this is gonna loot a lot. Yeah, I think this card is very, very good. So it's a good early drop, trades if need, and if not, then it churns through the garbage in your deck and finds you a good cards. Screeching Circle. So it's 2 mana, 1/2 bird flyer, which is very unassuming. We want the stat line the other way around. But let's see. For Metalcraft, when this creature deals combat damage to a player, if you control 3 or more artifact, that player mills 4 cards. So this one normally I wouldn't like, but if you pick up 4 of them, this is suddenly the best card in your deck. Because then you are a meal deck. Like it's just gonna ping them. Like if it hits 3 times, which is not that difficult. I mean, obviously it needs to hit 4 times for you to get the artifact count on the board because it needs some work. Yeah, if 12 cards milling, yeah, that puts them pretty big hole on that exercise. But otherwise, if you're not, I think if you don't maximize this, then don't do it. It's just underwhelming. Hummingbird, oh yeah, this is very good. So 1 and a blue flyer. Whenever this creature does combat damage to a player, proliferate. Otherwise, it's a it's a 1/1. But I think there's enough counter synergies that the proliferate would be insanely good. So this is not like finisher. This is a heavily value oriented card. You need to build your deck around it, like probably 7, 8, or 9 to 10. cards which care about counters, and then you go to town with Hummingbird. So yeah, this used to be good even lately when it got reprinted. Grand Architect. So it's a Red Arcana Artificer, one blue blue for a 1/3, which is not that good. But other blue creatures control get +1/+1. And for blue, target artifact creature becomes blue on the end of turn, so you can snap the bonus around. And then tap an untapped blue creature you control, add to spend this on to cast artifact spells or activate abilities of artifacts. Huh. So this one actually nets you mana. So what you can do with blue mana, you can make an artifact a blue creature, then tap the blue, add two colorless mana. So it starts netting you mana. So this card I think is amazing actually in this set, because this is like kind of like a lord with a built-in ritual. Yeah, could be an early blocker, but I don't know. Like I wouldn't really block with that. I would take the damage. But if the matchup is such, then you can use it that way. Yeah, this is quite the card I think in limited too. So there you go. I think this is secretly a very good rare here. Heart Order. So this is a 3 mana instant counter target artifact draw a card. Huh. In this set, I think it's probably very good. Honestly, like even if it counters more artifacts, apologies, so even if you counter like 2 mana artifacts and you can become a mana disadvantage, you get a card. Like it cost them a card and for you it didn't. So yeah, I think this is a very very high pick in this format. I don't really like 3 mana counter spells for the most part, but this one definitely get behind. Yeah, and it's uncommon for a reason probably. Nearok Invisimancer, huh? It's a human wizard. So Nearok wizards. This creature can be blocked. It's 2/1. It's pretty good, like left hook for like a wizard. But anyway, that's what it is. So it can be blocked, and when this enters, target creature can be blocked this turn. Wow. So 3 mana. This is not bad. I think this is quite the crafty card actually. This push through a lot of damage. Yeah, I don't know what are the blue based aggressive archetypes. Probably blue red is one of them, or maybe there's a blue black tempo we thing. But yeah, this packs in for the points. So yeah, really, I think it's a good card. Steady progress, 3 mana instant proliferate to draw a card. Yeah, I mean, like, look, again, we need to see how many counters we are slapping around, but this one could do some work because again, doesn't cost you the card and then gets you a lot of counters. So we'll need to see. Stoic Rebuttal, so it's a 3 mana instant kind of cancel and counter target spell, so it's actually cancel. But this costs one less if you control 3 or more artifacts, so then it's counter spell. There you go. So counter spell for you, maybe limited. It should be good. Yeah, I think you don't want 6 of them, but like one or two, it's okay. I think the first one I think you like. Trinket Mage, so it's 3 mana human wizard 2/2. When this creature enters, you may search your library for an artifact card with mana value 1 or less. Reveal the card, put it into your hand, and shuffle. Yeah, yeah. Need to see again how many one or less mana artifact are floating around, which worth doing. The thing obviously if you open a max open it's probably pretty good. But yeah, otherwise we need to see the artifacts review. So stay tuned. This card could be anywhere between a B to an F, but we'll see later. Argent Sphinx. So this one is a Sphinx flying 4/3 and has Metalcraft. And for blue, you can exile it to turn to a battlefield under your control at the beginning of your extend step. Yeah, this is crazy. This is like the morphling ability or Aetherling, so they're never gonna be able to kill this. If you untap with this, or even if you just like cast it on turn 6 with 2 mana up, you have a creature which they never gonna be able to remove, which is crazy talk. So yeah, there you go. And this thing Greenscape. This is an absolute A. And not much to talk about. It's a bomb. Bounce of Quicksilver. So it's a 4 mana aura flash. Ancient creature doesn't untap during its control as untap step. Yeah, so this does not tap it notably, so be mindful of that. That the creature, you probably have to take the first damage and then just tap it, and then it's gonna be that way. But yeah, we got versions of this card and it has been okay as a blue removal. So yeah, it's back. Darksick Drake. So it's a 2 blue Phyrexian Drake. Huh. There you go. It's a 2/4 flying, and when it dies, you draw a card. Yeah, I think this is excellent. Like I don't know what to say. This card is very very good probably. Like 2/4 blocks a lot of things in air and ground, and if they happen to combat trick it, they don't even lose the card. So yeah, so a solid card. And yeah, and if it's obviously uncontested, you just hit them for two every turn, or equip it and hit them for more. Dissipation field. Yes, I think this one is crazy. This card is, I think, is unbelievable. So it's a 4 mana enchantment. Whenever permanent deals damage to return it to its owner's hand. Yeah, like sounds unassuming, but the fact that they every this reads like every creature what they cost them at least double, except maybe the last one that would kill you. But like two twos can't really attack because now they hit you and then they need to replay. Obvious tokens can't attack whatsoever. So yeah, there's a lot to like here. I think this is a huge deterrent. This spell. Yeah. So Lumen Grid Drake. It's a 4 mana Drake flying 2/2. Okay, it's 4 mana 2/2 flyers. What are we getting? When this creature enters, if you control three or more artifacts, return target creature to its owner's hand. Huh. Yeah, I mean, Manowar used to cost 3 mana and did not have these effects, but didn't have flying. So this is like, I think, on balance of scales, it's a little worse than Manowar, but Manowar was heck of a card. So it's probably still good because you have the flying damage, which does matter. Yeah, maybe this is better than Manowar, huh? Now that I'm thinking how much the flying worth, it might actually worth a lot. So we'll see. But it's not a bad card in either way. Like if something is compared to Manowar, it's probably okay. Right, shape anew. So while shaping anew. So it's a 4 mana sorcery, the controller of target artifact sacrifice it. Then reveals cards from top of their library until they reveal an artifact. That player puts that card on the battlefield and shuffle all other cards revealed into their library. So unless we're gonna see the next five cards being brainstormed, this card is bad. Like you wanna avoid this. This could be an absolute disaster unless you can manipulate the top of your library and have an absolute bomb and happen to be in around the top of the library so you can manipulate that. That asks a lot. Like let's just ignore this card. This is an F. Inexorable Tide. 5 mana enchantment whenever you cast a spell proliferate. Yeah, I mean in that deck which cares about this is the best card ever. Because now every single time it's gonna proliferate, even if it's two, three permanents with counters, that can take over the game. Like those gonna be loaded. So yeah, it's a do nothing enchantment, so it's a build around. Like especially seeing a lot of the aggressive white stuff. I don't think you can mess around too much with stuff like that. But if your deck is built that way, then this is a kind of win con. Sky Eels Cool. Oh, wow. Okay, so it's a school dot. So it's a fish 3/3 flyer for 5. It's not bad. And then when it enters, you loot. Yeah, I think this is pretty serviceable. It's not bad, not insanely good either. But the fact that you cost your 5 drop, you might have like stuck land in your hand and you drop one of those, find some action. Yeah, this does enough. And 3/3 flyer is chunky, so they have to deal with it. You just take the damage. Either Volition Reigns. So it's 3 blue. This goes to a blue deck, ladies and gentlemen. You do not put this into your Boros deck. You can't splash it in. Or if you can, send me the picture and you're gonna win some special award or whatever. But if you cast this, Ancient Permanent, when this aura enters, if Ancient Permanent is tapped, untap it. You control it. So it's control magic, but it's any permanent, not just creatures. Yeah, I mean, control magic has always been good. They don't print today control magic in 2025, where everything is power creeped out of the chimney. So we don't have control magic, and this is control magic. So you can imagine how powerful this thing is. Yeah, not much to say. First pickable card, excellent stuff. Quicksilver Gargantua. Ooh, so it's a 7 mana 7/7. It's kind of aligned. Shapeshifter looks very ugly, so I think he could use a stylist. But you may have this creature enter as a copy of any creature on the battlefield except this 7/7. Huh. It's an interesting card. Like, I don't think actually this is like super powerful because 7/7 in and itself probably rules a lot of battlefields already, and they might not have anything worthwhile for copying for the ability. But if they have a flyer, it's pretty good. 7 mana 7/7 flyer in limited. Yeah, there you go. Scrap Driver Serpent, so it's a 7 mana 5/5 Serpent, huh? And then it can be blocked as long as defending player controls an artifact. Yeah, no, this one I like better. So this is like a 5/5 unblockable in most of the cases. Yeah, this is pretty good. Like this wins games. This hits them twice and they're probably out of there. So yeah, so there you go. We had the with blue for you, and we're gonna move on with black. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.